Okay, here's a movie on how to do this ring, and you know, these ones, as you have discovered, some of these seemingly subtle, simpler rings are actually one of the harder ones to get a smooth surface on. And here's I'll show you how I went about this. And I originally tried to do sweep, multi-rail sweep, and the thing it really doesn't like apparently is here, and it's because this thing comes back around on itself, and that doesn't make sense to sweeps, you know, because it has to be perpendicular to the profile here, but then what does it do when it comes back in here? Okay, so I'll start from scratch. So let's go file open, and we'll just start out with this thing. Alright, so here's what I did. I'll put you on gray. Alright, the first thing that we need to always make sure, whether we're sweeping or doing curve network, is that our curves are on the rails. So whether you're doing sweep 2 or sweep 1 or whatever, we always want the curves on the rail, because otherwise we're going to get a solution other than what we expect in places like this. So that's rule number 1. Okay. The other thing is, and I don't know, you know, artistically I don't like to change, but I would never have this be sharp here on the sweep, or you will get a ripple in the surface, and chances are when you go to polish it, you wouldn't be able to keep that hard edge in there anyway. But you know, I'm not a jeweler, but I do play one on TV, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix this up, and to do that, the other thing is that it seems like there's a slight ripple in the way this comes down here. Okay, and it's not bad, but let's go ahead and fix this up a bit. So I'm going to draw a plane like this. I'm going to take this one, split it with this, and ditch this bottom part. Then I'm going to take and go over in the looking down, and I'm going to smash that down flat. So I'm going to click here, project to C-plane, delete input, yes, which gets rid of that one. And we'll get rid of this other side, because we're obviously going to move it around. Alright, so this needs fixed up here. And the way I like to do these is, I don't usually use fillet. I like to come down here and draw a circle around that, and then trim it, and then use blend. So we'll blend from here to here. Alright, so there's that, and then this, I want this to exit out straight, pretty much. This is all good. Let's join. Yeah, that's trouble right there. Alright, so let's split that back here with a point. And we'll turn on the edit points and come on out this way. And same here. Alright, so now we do curve from 2 views, like so, and you get split by this one. Throw that away. Okay, so here we have this so far, and the key to this that we really want to keep track of is we want these to come down and follow the same angle that they're doing here. And so let's go ahead and do that. I always pick 1. In other words, here I'll show you. So we go and turn on project right here, and we'll keep this going down on the same angle like so. We'll just eyeball that. Helps to have the profile there, I guess. So that looks good. So this one and this one is curved from 2 views up here. And then that's going to match one of them, this one. But what I do is I just take and go to transform orient to, turn copy off, turn off project, and go here and here, and then back to there and over to here. Alright, and that puts that together. And then once again, to make sure that these are kind of flowing the way that they ought to, I do this circle bit. Then we trim. And there, enter. Like so. Then we can blend here to here and here to here. And so that just makes sure that that's all nice and smooth and even. And then we join, and we'll put this on here. I try not to rebuild that because of the subtlety that you have up here. And if I did rebuild it, I'd split it here and here and then rebuild and then join that back up. But I don't see any reason for a rebuild at this point. So now we go to rotate, copy, F4. Oh, oops, we're not at F4. Okay. So we'll turn on the center O-snap move from the center of that to F4. So now we are at center. And okay. Now oops. So now we need to set this up. And in order to do this, I need one more rail, and I'm going to do that with offset. So we'll offset here. Okay, so with that done, let's take this, we'll put this on this layer and turn on the control points and simply move. Oops, nope. Undo. Let's see. So we select those 3. Yeah, and we move those up. That's close enough. We don't want to go any higher than that. Okay. Okay, now the easiest way I found in messing around with this, and I'm not going to take the time because it doesn't work, but ideally what you would do is you'd have to have these profiles attached to this rail. In other words, if I hit F6 and go to MSR, this is not attached to a rail. and it must be to do a sweep. So since it doesn't work, I'm not gonna bother doing that. We don't need these two profiles. Technically, we don't need this one either, but we'll see how that goes. I'm a little whiter here based on how I did this, but I'm gonna let that live for now for the sake of time with the video. So don't need that either then. Okay. So I'm gonna take and how you make this curve is not that important. In other words, we can go ahead and just split this one, and I'll do it two different ways here. Let's go over here and go. Let's go split with a point, and we'll split it up here, and the same over here. Let's turn that off. Okay. And we're going to orient to, copy no, here to here, there, hold down shift, we get an intersect point that is straight across from there, and then we need this to be, well, it doesn't get too much closer than that, so that will work. Now this thing seems kind of lumpy. I don't know if this is, no it doesn't, it's alright. I'm going to rebuild this. It's got way too many points. Let's hit 12 and see what we get. There. Relax that a little bit. Okay, so there's a good profile there. The other way that I like to make these is we can go like this. We can go draw a curve, and we'll snap just somewhere on this line. Let's just go there, and we'll turn planar on, and we'll go towards F4 like so. Alright, so there's that, and then we'll take and duplicate from here over to there. Then we blend from here to here. And then we would take and 1D scale across the center of this. So this is a bit more labor intensive, but if you don't have anything there at all, we would now go 1D scale from this. Let's turn on project. From the midpoint of this to the midpoint of that to the intersect of that. Cool. Alright, so either way, but there's how to get a profile in there. And it needs to be on the rails. I don't know if I would use two different kinds, but anyway. Alright, so in the same respect, we're going to come over here and split with a point. And, well, check this out. Alright, so this one needs to get split with a point here and here. Alright, so there's that section. And then this one and this one are going to get split with these. Alright, and so the first thing we can try is a curve network. So let's go surface curve network, 1, 2, 3, and then this one and this one. And there's all our values. Now, this does a good job, but it doesn't address the shape whatsoever. So it takes the shortest route from here to here, and it gets sharp. And that would probably hurt. So that's the concept, though. Having done that, we can come over here and split with the point here and here. And once again, we're going to go orient to no planar or project here and here, and the outermost point to the outermost point. Not way over here though. We'll stay on this shape here. Alright, so let's nuke the old one. There we go. And I'm going to rebuild this one too. So rebuild, preview. This is the greatest deviation, and that's too much. Cool. Alright, yay. Here we go. So now we'll pick this business again and hit curve network. And now we get this realized. And what's cool is it'll deal with this without folding over itself. Okay? So we're in business. At this point, I would go here, here, and here, and here, and there, and do curve network again. And that'll run that around like so. Alright, now, there's different ways to do this inside surface. You could certainly loft, and loft is going to go from here to here, and it'll deal with it, but you're going to get some weird orientation between one surface and the other, and it gets even more weird up here because it lofts from here to a different solution over here, and so that's really disappointing. Loft in that sense. So I'm going to go straight, cap equals no, and I'm just going to do a surface. Then I'm going to say U get split by the curves. Come on. U get split by curve, curve, and curve. Enter. Throw away that, and it's all super clean. Join. And that is smooth there, got no twisting. And so, yeah, this little kind of this little, angle and this shape all kind of made for a kind of a hard surface to build, harder than you'd think, but hopefully that's spot on to what you want. So there you go.